So 4.5 hours of driving and we have finally reached our destination. Does anyone recognise this driveway? All will be revealed soon, but we are in the Cotswolds. We are here for training, not a show, and we're at one of the, probably one of the most famous training centres in the UK. So have a guess. Have you guessed where I am yet? We are at Talland School of Equitation for a 2-day hoof camp with Donnie, and I'm also going to be riding the advanced schoolmasters. So yeah, I'm very excited right now. We're just going to get Donnie settled in, have a bit of breakfast. Well, I think it's about 10 o'clock now, and then I've got a lesson at 2 o'clock on one of the Talland horses. So I just thought I'd explain why coming to Talland is so special to me. So a long time ago, I'd say about 10 years ago, I applied for the Horse and Country TV's All-Star Academy. Didn't get in, so I've been watching all of the Talland Takeover, Meg's programmes they have here. Basically, a lot of the Horse and Country TV filming is done here, and they do different exercises and training, and I watch it and do it with Donnie at home, especially watching Pammy and Charlie. Like, they're so inspirational. So I've applied to every single All-Star Academy, which is like a TV show for normal people to go on, but you've got to get picked. Long story short, I've always wanted to come here, never had the opportunity to go on the show. So I thought, you know what, this year I want to go. I'm just gonna book a hoof camp here, come here, even though it is a very long drive for us, come here and have the experience that I've always wanted, and have a really good time training with Donnie, bond, learn lots, and just have a great time. So it smells so lovely in here, like the leather saddles, it smells lovely. So we're staying in the horse box. I'm here for 2 days. Today I have got a flatwork lesson on a Talland horse, and then Donnie has got a jumping lesson, which I think is going to be in the arena outside. And then I have got tomorrow a lesson with the famous Pammy Hutton on the flat with Donnie, followed by a jump lesson on the Talland Schoolmasters. And the Schoolmasters here are like schooled up to Grand Prix level, so I can focus on my riding rather than with Donnie. It's all about obviously kind of improving together and ways for me to help him. So yeah, what a fabulous experience. And they offer all sorts of packages, so if you are interested in coming, it doesn't matter what level you're at, just give them a call and tell them what you want to do, and they'll arrange a little package for you. So it's currently it's about 12 o'clock, so I've got my lesson in a couple of hours, so I'm just going to have some lunch in my horse box. I'm just going to go probably give Donnie a groom and settle him in. I might let him eat a bit more grass, and then yeah, it'll be lesson time. So I'm very nervous. I've just watched Pammy ride a little bit in the indoor school, and just watching people ride, there was a guy in there doing like passage for fun. Just incredible to watch. So yeah, it's lost for words. What a fantastic place. So I'm in Donnie's stable. I thought I'd just give him a groom, spend some time with him, hand graze him, just make him feel super special. He's drinking lots of water, which is really good. This is our first time me and Donnie have done like a stay away anything, because I thought it'd be a really good test, because we're in like a training environment instead of being at a show. But I'm really happy that he's eating and drinking. He's very relaxed. See, Finley is very difficult to get him to drink, so he has to have apple juice. And Finley doesn't really eat a lot. He'll only eat haylage. He's quite fussy. So I'm really happy with how relaxed he looks. So yeah, I'm just going to spend some time with him and give him lots of love and attention. Got my ultra green. This is like a fly spray and conditioner. Yes, I love this stuff. Yeah, not that there are many flies, but I have seen a few. Good boy. Freshen you up a bit. And I've got some coat gloss as well, which I thought I'd put some in his mane. I'm not planning on plaiting him or anything. Hello. No. Just make you look really smart, Donovan. Got his hoof oil, just a few bits and bobs. There we go. Okay. It's very dusty in here. He's drunk half a bucket. Shiny bun. I leave him for 5 minutes and he's put his Lucy brick in the water. So you know, apple bobbing, not a bad thing. I've never seen anything like it. You silly boy. Are you relaxed enough, Donnie? You loving life? Being the centre of attention? So, my first lesson of the day was a lesson on one of the Talland horses. This was kind of a bit of an assessment lesson and just for them to like learn about me, my riding history, and they put me on the lovely Chili, and she was so sweet. And I had Rafi for my lesson. We went into the show jumping arena because there was no one else in here, and we just kind of found a nice space to do some schooling. This arena was so huge, I think you could probably fit like 3 or 4 normal sized arenas into this arena. So I explained to her all about like myself and what I do with Donnie, and also what I wanted to work on, because you can come here and learn to do, you know, fancy stuff, line changes and whatever you like really, but I really wanted to do some exercises that would benefit me and Donnie. So I explained to her how our right lead canter is a lot weaker and how I'm a lot weaker on that rein. I find it a lot harder. I much prefer the left. And she gave me this exercise to practice, which we were going to do on Chili first. So as you can see, I started off just having a feel of her. She felt so small compared to Donnie, even though, you know, she is bigger than Finley. I think she must be maybe 15.3, something like that. So yeah, just having a little walk trot canter and having a feel for her. Her dressage saddle and her canter was so comfy. She kind of reminded me of Finley, but she just had surprisingly small strides for her size. I was expecting her to cover the ground a little bit more. But yeah, and here I am, and Rafi's just telling me like what buttons to press and the best way to ride her. And then we get into our exercise to get a more snappy transition in canter. So we started off the exercise in walk, and she wanted me to turn Chili's head to the fence and do a turn on the quarters. I got my left and rights really confused with this, and I kept kind of doing a slow-mo small circle rather than turning her on her quarters. So the idea of this exercise was we get her using her quarters so that when we did pick up trot or canter, she was more engaged behind. And this is what I need to work on with Donnie, because when I pick up the right lead canter, he kind of falls onto his front end, drops his shoulder a bit and becomes very downhill, and then I struggle to lift him and get him to sit and pick up the right lead canter. So it was an exercise to get Chili more engaged and getting her moving away from my leg as well, and getting her snappier off my leg.
Got it. That is your left leg. Okay. Bring the left leg back and push around. better. And then see if you can make it a little bit tighter. That's when you can actually get the right thing. Like that. Okay, now try and make it tighter so you don't go with such a big circle. Stop, think about stopping the front end, pushing the back end round. Bend this leg back. Stop the front end, push the back end. Good. 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 Good girl, Jess. And trot loud for a second. Yeah. And then the next time you get to this side of the arena, you're going to come back to walk, and then we're going to do the turn again. Okay, and you want it to be that, so that transition into the next pace is the last step of the toe. So that hind leg's up underneath that. Bring her in away from the fence. Good, and then you're going to turn about around somewhere here. Good, 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 and trot. If you're watching this one, you might have seen me do this with the chestnut I was on.
Yes.
Maybe. Don't come too far away from the fence, Jesus. Push the quarters round and counter now. It doesn't matter if it's messy.
I had never done this exercise before, but it was actually so hard to pick up a canter transition after doing the little walk turn. So I really had to use my legs on this one. So I've just had my lesson on Chili with Rafi. That was so good because she asked me all about what I want to work on with Donnie and was asking me lots about my background and what I want to do. And I told her that like my right lead canter I'm really struggling with, and also struggling to like get him to sit up in the canter. He seems to go like long and flat. So instead of like just, you know, going about doing fancy movements, we focused on an exercise that we could work on with Donnie. And that was to do a turn on the forehand, turn on the quarters, pick up the canter like immediately, and by getting them onto their quarters, then it's easier to get the right lead. So that was really good. It was a really interesting exercise and I've never done that before. So yeah, that was really good. And Chili was so sweet. She was lovely. She was maybe like 15-2, 15-3, like warm blood cob cross or something maybe. But yeah, she was just so sweet. Really enjoyed riding her. She was just such a good girl, putting up with me because yeah, it's different riding another horse. You sort of I don't know what I was doing with my legs, but I was like, why isn't she going? I suppose you just get used to how a horse feels, as both my horses are quite responsive and light off the leg, and I really had to like ride more off the leg than the hand, which was good. So yeah, I've got an hour to relax, well, to get Donnie ready, and then Donnie has got his jumping lesson. So yeah, hopefully he's a good boy. Donnie's mate, hello. Don't you want to share your hay, Donnie?
0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
got to get a hold of yourself.
So as you can see, we started off the session just doing a little bit of flat schooling. I explained that Donnie gets very bored if we just do the same thing. So kind of suggested we do a little bit of schooling, then do a few poles, a few jumps. You have to really mix it up with Donnie. If not, he just gets really bored and switches off. So I explained to her about the canter, so she wanted to see the canter, and we wanted to practice some transitions and the quality of the canter, because there's no point pointing him at a jump if there's no quality of the canter. And of course she had no idea what he jumped like, so we started off with just a basic cross pole, and in classic Donnie style he put in bare minimum effort. So it was just a case of Rafi understanding. Donnie, this was the same instructor I had earlier, which was actually really helpful because then she had already seen me ride. So we started off just with a simple cross pole, and it was just about like letting him figure it out. We had a little ground pole before the cross pole, and it was just a case of letting him figure it out with his feet, and if he wants to go into canter, just letting him, because I am a bit of a control freak and I try and control everything. So she set up this really big V cross pole to kind of give Donnie more of a guidance through the fence, and it was all about my approach into the jump, because I am renowned for just turning like I'm in a jump off. So this was really good. Donnie jumped it beautifully that time, and then I think it was this attempt he thought, yeah, it knocks down, and then done his classic trick of what's the point, it knocks over. So we then quickly changed the subject and went on to doing this little spread fence on the far side, see if he'd make a bit more of an effort. And he really, really enjoyed jumping this. I was so proud that he just didn't even look at it. Yeah, yeah, he's a good boy. Donnie is being a superstar, loving life, eating grass. He looks fabulous. He was so good for his jumping lesson, just an absolute superstar. So it is day 2 of being at Talland. Sorry I didn't film much last night. I literally finished riding, I watched a bit, had my tea, went to bed nice and early because I was feeling quite tired because of all the driving. So today I have got a lesson with Pammy, with Donnie in the indoor arena, so I'm very excited about that. And then I'm also riding Monty, the BSJA horse, for a show jumping lesson with Rupert this afternoon. Donnie, the queen he is, woke us up at 5 AM banging on the door. Well, actually he woke up someone else who come and told us our horse is banging on the door, because he'd eaten his full 2 hay nuts we'd given him and his grass bricks. He'd eaten everything, drunk all his water, and was like, I'm hungry guys, because he's dramatic. So we went and fed him. I fed him at 5, and I mucked out whilst I was up, mucked him out in my pyjamas. And now we're up, we're going to go get some breakfast from the canteen. The yard opens at 8. So if you did want to stay here, you can stay in your horse box, or they do have like a student living accommodation. They've also got a canteen, and the yard's kind of they start the yards at about 8, and I think the canteen opens at 8, but officially Talland doesn't open till 9 for riding, so people are just coming on the yard now and mucking out and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna hand graze Donnie as well before our lesson. Yeah, and it's gonna be a nice day, hopefully. It talks to being some rain later, but at home it is dry, and Finley is all good. My husband's been and fed him and he's looking after him. So yeah, day 2, guys. Keeps opening and closing. So I've been watching a side saddle lesson, I've been watching Pammy ride. You can just sit here for hours listening and watching lessons with different instructors. I also watched some lessons this morning with Rupert, who I'm having for my jumping lesson this afternoon. I've just got Donnie's double bridle out because in 40 minutes we're going to have our flatwork lesson with Pammy. And yeah, I'm really excited. I just can't wait to get Donnie out. He's been so good, but going in the indoor arena, there's loads going on. There's people walking around the edge. He's never been in an atmosphere like that. So I really don't know how he's going to react, but he was so good yesterday. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to get my show saddle on him, give him a good groom, make him look really gorgeous. And yeah, just try and absorb as much as I can from Pammy. So my lesson today was with Pammy Hutton. She's like the founder, owner of this establishment. She is like a Grand Prix dressage rider. She's done eventing. She's ridden at Hoys. She had a wall behind where she sat, which was just full of plaques and accomplishments. Yeah, so I was very excited today to have a lesson with Pammy because she's very knowledgeable, and also I know her mum has a lot of experience, or did have a lot of experience with showing and show horses. So yeah, I was literally very nervous and excited. So I started off just letting Donnie have a little look round, waiting for the lesson before me to finish. And then we went into the bottom section of the arena for our lesson.
You'll loosen up real quick. Hold on, a little bit rounder, outside rein, set the neck straight. Not too much inside curve.
Yeah.
You've got more brakes now.
Okay, so,
Go on, straight to forward, straight to forward. Good. Saddle's quite good, I'd prefer it sit back a little bit for showing. Therefore I'd put it back in training probably more often than you do. And keep your outside rein, no bend in the neck. Right, now down that long side the next time, I want you to bend him to the outside.
Yeah.
Okay? Yes. The left curb rein a little looser. That's it. Tighten up your right curb rein. That's better. Now he's straight, which is why he's so still with the head and neck. So down this long side, bend him right. Good girl. Go on. It's good for you. Bend him right. Right. So that's a take-home exercise. We so often bend them to the inside, we never do enough bending them to the outside. Okay? Keep your right rein. You've gone back to your inside rein. I'm not a great inside leg to outside rein person, but when he's straight, he's more consistent. And change the rein on the diagonal and go a tiny bit faster. Because when you want to improve a trot, you go faster, slower, and then do the bit in the middle. So now trot a bit faster. Come on. Right, now go around 2 areas. Go straight on to where you were sitting this morning.
Yeah.
And then turn right before Pippa's section. That's it. Doesn't matter. That shows you that you can bend him left. Let go with your left rein. Come on, move. Come on. Let go with your left rein a bit. Yeah. Bend him right. So you need to bend him right on both reins. So your left hand, and this is why he probably doesn't canter. So your left hand is too strong. Shorten up your right rein. Like driving a car round a roundabout. Right hand asks, left hand gives. Maybe you shouldn't drive.
You can't drive well either.
That's it. And now go even faster. Come on. You've got to get him out of the mini skirts. What a lovely temperament. Keep going. Come on. Yeah, trot too fast, too slow to find just right. Let go left hand. Your roundabouts are in danger. Go on, let go left hand. Put your left hand forward. Thank you. Sorry, Pip. Faster. Faster. Even faster. Come on. At last. Pat him with the left hand. Right, now go faster again, all the way around. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Good. Left hand forward, right hand down. Faster, faster. Come on. Come on. Good. Come on. Left hand gives. Not the inside hand. Keep your right rein. Good. Come on. Come on. Ignore that. Good. There. Oh, what a good boy. And walk and pat him. That's it. Sit up. Sit back. Good girl. Shorten both reins. Sit down. Sit back. There's better. Keep hold. Keep hold. Straighten the neck. Good girl. Prepare to walk and walk. Shorten your reins. Touch it with the whip. And canter. I don't care which leg. Canter. Smack it. There you are. Good girl. Shorten up your reins. Steady. Steady. Pull. Yeah, it doesn't like the curb rein.
There we go.
Yeah, lean back. That's it. Outside leg, outside whip when it falls out there. That's it. There. Prepare to walk and walk. Left about, turn on the forehand. Left rein, left leg. Turn it left. Face the other way. Now. This here.
Okay, no, not away from that.
That's it. Prepare to canter, canter. From walk, canter. Stay on that circle. Outside rein. Good. Shorten your outside rein. Good, good, good. On the bit, and right about 12. Right rein, right leg. No, turn it head to the outside. Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it, and canter. Go on, if it goes on the wrong leg, yes.
Good boy.
If he goes to canter on the wrong leg, canter him on the wrong leg. He won't do that very often. Not on a circle line, he won't. Slow it down, put it on the bit. Oh, you good girl. Oh, you well done. Get hold of him a little more. You were on a dressage yard once. There.
Good boy. Good boy.
And walk and take a rest. And then leg yield the second half. Because I find once the horse knows where it's going, it then becomes easy. You're turning a little bit late. And you need to push forward on the line and stop worrying about going sideways. That's good. So you look now, turn your head, turn, 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 turn. And straight and leg yield. Over, good. See how easy it is?
Yes.
Once they know where they're going. Good, change the rein, change your whip over. We'll have to do it upside down for the camera. That's it. So trot all the way around and then turn where I am for the Lemure side. Okay, keep your hands quiet, keep your right rein. Don't pull back with your left rein. Good. Good. Straight on. Good. Good. And gently you turn here for the Lemuel sign. Turn, 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 turn. Straight line first time. Show him where he's going. Good. Trot him on a little more forward. Forward. Good. Turn, and then the second half you go sideways. So, tap, tap with the whip. Yeah, you got to that a bit slow. You went really in a straight line. Let go with your left hand. Straight. Good. So now hold with the right rein and you'll end up going more sideways. Make him look at the mirror with his eyes. One, that's it. That's it. Good girl. Now turn on the centre line. Imagine the Lemuel signs there. Over you go. One, over there. Good. Over. Good. Over. Good. Over. Good. Pat. Good.
So after my lesson had finished with Pammy in the indoor school, I obviously put Donnie back and washed him down. I was so happy with the lesson. I felt like we got a lot out of it. It was literally half an hour. I just went over to the outdoor school and met Rupert with Monty. Now Monty is an 18-hand ex-BSJA horse. He is huge and so much more narrow compared to my horses. He was very, very lazy. However, when we got going and I pointed him at the jumps, he really lit up. He actually reminded me quite a lot of Finley because he was kind of looking for excuses when I was riding him round. And he kind of felt very similar to Finley does. And we wanted to work on, again, this is something I struggle with. I try and get to the jumps quickly and try and control the striding, where I need to set myself up for a better rhythm and not be so involved. Especially with like Finley, he's used to taking off from quite a long way away and I just kick and get left behind and hope for the best sort of thing. And I need to get better at maintaining a rhythmical canter into a fence and letting the fence come to me. So I explained this to Rupert. Rupert had not seen me ride before or anything, so he watched me ride a little bit first. I had a feel of Monty and then we started the jumping. So at this point there was actually 3 lessons going on in this arena, so I'm not sure how much you will hear of actually Rupert talking to me, so I'll try and explain the exercises we were doing. But currently I am just getting a feel for Monty and getting him warmed up, bending around my leg and just trying to get him a little bit more forwards because he was a bit like a beach donk at this point. So we started off with some canter poles and it was very messy. He just kind of wanted to break the canter over kind of the middle poles because he was just like, it was just quite hard for me to keep him going forward. So jumping wise, which you'll see in a minute, Monty was so good for my riding because he really highlighted where we were going really fast into the jumps and then slowing down, losing a rhythm, and how I always let them go long. I kind of go hurtling into these jumps, take off from a million miles away, get left behind, and then we're changing the rhythm. If we were doing a course, we'd be like going steady in between the fences and then bolting into the fences, and it needs to be a consistent rhythm all the way around. Like there, you can see how I'm kind of like asking for him to go long and then getting left behind a little bit, and then I'm like pulling him in the mouth, which obviously isn't great. So we just worked on asking him to slow down before I got to the fences. When he goes a bit quicker, I need to be quick to say, whoa, slow down, and keep the rhythm all the way through into the fence. So then the exercise slightly changed and we jumped a little upright, and then Rupert put some poles out, so we had to maintain a rhythm all the way through over the upright. Now it was still getting a little bit long, where I was letting him go quicker at the wrong point, if that makes sense. I need to be pulling here rather than here, if that makes sense. So then he put out some very, very skinny ground line poles when we come round on the other rein, literally on the floor. So we had the tiniest path I had to go through, literally a person's width of poles on the floor. And that made me sort of look up and pay attention to where I needed to make him wait to get through these skinny poles, and then we maintained a better rhythm because I was woeing in the right place, like there, rather than astride before the fence. So it was something I really struggle with, because with Finley, he just always goes long. That's just how I ride him. Finley backs off the fences a lot, so I have to ride him very forward into the last part of the fence. But we did crack it eventually, and it was lovely to ride Monty, and I knew he wouldn't stop or run out or anything. I didn't have to work too hard. I could focus a bit more on me. Well guys, we are done. We've had our final session at Talland. It's been amazing, just so cool. Literally they do side saddle lessons. You can work on your passage, PR, flying changes. If you say you want to do something, they'll help you out. And the staff here are so lovely. Even like the students, people you don't know, everyone's chipping in. It's just the most lovely environment. It's now raining. We're going to take Donnie home for our lovely 4.5 hours back home. So I thought I'd leave the vlog there and say, if you are thinking about getting some training schooling sessions, please check out Talland. Give them a call. All their packages are all to suit you. Literally they can do whatever you want. I've just done 2 days. You can stay there. And next year I'd definitely like to come back and maybe do a week with cross country and side saddle and everything. Maybe Don disagrees, but yeah, it's brilliant. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next week. Bye.